Okay, I've currently yet to been able to go to a comic book website without the following thing being mentioned about Disney currently owning Marvel. I'll just be kind of honest with this one. Disney owns a lot of different avenues for creating money. Essentially, this is all about, a new market and more money. Do I think we're going to see Disney try to cross-promote stuff into Marvel Comics? Probably about to the same extent, when you watch the first Spider-Man movie done by Sony. Did Sony kick out the soundtrack for it? Sony put some of their artists into it? Did they put some of their music into it? Yeah, but it didn't scream Sony. It's not like Spider-Man went to his house and there's like a Sony TV and a Sony DVD player. He wasn't playing PlayStation. He didn't kick an Xbox out a window. That's we're probably seeing that a lot with Disney now owning Marvel. There might be hints every now and then, but I really don't foresee Disney really just throwing Mickey Mouse into every single movie or stuff to that extent. There would be some cool things, though. I will say this: if I were to go on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and Deadpool were to be somewhere in there, that would actually probably be pretty entertaining. I could see that being kind of cool. Would I mind seeing the Incredibles taking on the Fantastic Four in an animated movie? Again, that could actually probably be pretty cool because you'd be seeing almost the exact same powers going back and forth. Do I think it's really going to affect the comic books? No, not really. I mean, might we see a Hannah Montana or a High School Musical comic book? Sure, why not? Do I think they'll actually sell well? No. Because most comic book places are still actually fairly inhospitable to fans of, that specific genre. That doesn't leave out a Barnes & Noble or a place that's not a local comic shop. But, to make a long story short, yeah, I'm a comic fan. You can tell I'm not a Marvel comic fan because as you look behind me, you plainly notice, a DC character. DC, of course, is owned by Warner Brothers. And, that there are sometimes when it's good, other times when Warner Brothers really does hold down the DC product and, really does kind of quagmire things. Disney is actually a very smart company. They actually run seminars to let you know how you should be running your company. Think about it. Disney set their fingers in so many other little industries, and they know how to market. They know how to soak money out of people. Look at Hannah Montana. Look at High School Musical. Jonas Brothers. They know how to work a formula to death. And they know how, it was like Lindsay Lohan. She did kind of well. What about Hilary Duff and Lizzie McGuire? Then she got, 18? Then she got dropped. Then you got Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana. When she gets a little bit older, they'll drop her. But they know that there's that perpetual amount of money generated from a specific segment. Ironically, it happens to be, tween girls. Do comics currently hit tween girls? Not that much. Comics are it's still pretty much a man's game. Yes, there are sparks every now and then. Yes, I do understand it's not entirely a sausage fest. But when you go to most comic conventions, unless they're specifically promoting something like Twilight, there tend to be more guys than girls. Sometimes, girls get dragged along by the boyfriends. But anyway, that subject at hand, I know that Disney now owns Marvel. First, I don't think it's going to affect Marvel that much. I don't think it's going to affect Disney that much. They'll just have more money coming in. Because they'll get a little portion of everything that gets sold from Marvel. But time will tell if it's going to turn south or not.